welcome to you everybody to the OSU Collegiate League Winners Grand Finals here in the Tier 1 tournament, as we are going to see these top two teams battle it out to see who will become the Tier 1 champions, as they can self-proclaim themselves as the best collegiate team in OSU. Refereeing this match will be Stayar. Streaming this match will be Alex375. I am Pork is Great. Welcome everybody, and I do have a very, very special guest. It's HoloReb28.
Good
Special
morning.
guest. Yep. How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Really
Yep.
excited for this match.
Yep. A very special commentator here for this very special match for this Tier 1 Grand Finals. So, you see.
Yeah, Binus going for HD2.
Oh, they're just gonna go. They're just gonna go straight into Hidden 2 now.
Yeah. What an iconic map too.
Oh wait, no, I was wrong. They banned Hard Rock 1.
They banned Hard Rock 1 and Nomad 5. I mean, Nomad
Yeah.
5 was Toronto, but yeah.
Yeah, Hard Rock 1 and Nova 2 has been banned from Binus. Yeah, this was another map that Toronto played. So, and Binus gonna start off with a map that Toronto did win their map in the first time they played against Washington. So, this is Shotgun Senorita. This map is 2 minutes 12 seconds long, circle size of 4 with approach rate of 8 and OD of 8 with 175 BPM. As I am trying to look for the map where Washington did play this one. I found it. So this was a map. Oh, go ahead.
It also seems like Tix is actually going to play.
Oh my
He's a newcomer in OCL and has only played one map in the split in round of 32.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I sent you those notes. But oh my goodness, Tix is playing of all. Wait a minute. No. What? Okay, this is really interesting. We're going to see Tix, a player who had not played in a map in a match environment since round of 32 against Massachusetts Institute of Technology and against Toronto, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean that's like a map that's really based on reading and even memorization to a certain standpoint. So, I mean it makes sense. Like it could be useful, like to train for this map.
Oh,
and,
everybody's breaking right.
everybody's
however.
broken. Yeah.
Oh
Do you
my
think
goodness.
Tix got like the really early information and has just been training on this HD2 specifically for the past
You know what?
couple of stages?
No, that's what I remembered. Back when I interviewed Tix and Millie, he did mention that if he is absolutely needed to play a map, he said he will practice really hard just for to be able to play like a Nomad. But I did not expect him to play a hidden map, and so far he's popping off.
Yeah, he's doing really great, and by far being on par with Doc Already's score, maybe even doing better. Vesprit has a combo versus Tix, whereas Dark Karate missed again, and Vesprit now missing. Tix is actually gonna bring this home, it seems.
Oh my gosh, Tix! What is? Oh my gosh, Tix! He's
That's
so
the power
crazy.
of practice. Shonen
Oh.
moment, guys. Just practice and believe in yourself. On maps like this, it could work.
Oh my goodness! Everybody from Toronto is breaking. From Binus is breaking. Toronto's doing whatever they can to catch up to Binus
And
University.
it's so there.
It's so far, however, as oh my gosh, I'm just really impressed with how Tix is performing. And despite Toronto improving by around 100,000 points, Binus was outscored him by 130. Tix and Hakui Koyori just manages to get the first plate from Toronto. Tix, what a performance! Almost 400k points, a difference maker, and for someone who did not play a map for the first time since round of 32, Tix has just come in, perhaps assumingly for one map only, but that one map, it definitely paid off when it matters the most.
Yeah, that was really well done. I mean, that was also quite a decent score from Vesprit, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to cover this great performance by Binus, and now they have a pick to come back and make the score 1-1.
Yep.
I mean, they have a wide range of possibilities for their picks.
Yep. And with this in mind, it is now Toronto's turn. However, Toronto definitely have, like, you know, a lot of maps they could choose from, in which Binus still needs to, like, you know, be aware of Toronto, knowing that they do have a really well balanced lineup, as I mentioned, but throughout all of the maps that I did see against Toronto, all of the maps that they played, they looked really strong, even in defeat against Washington. So don't let for Binus, I would warn them that don't let their first scores fool them, as they do have a really good opportunity to improve from it. And if I were also to be Binus, I would absolutely stray away from double time, unless if you want to dare Toronto to go with double time. I mean, wouldn't hurt to do any risks.
Double time is indeed quite scary, but at the same time, Toronto also seems to fear to a certain extent Binus, at least on stuff like DT3, which was banned. So, yeah. I think this could be like a really tight match, as Toronto really wants the bracket reset. And Binus have their chance to take it home, but this match is gonna be pretty long. So yeah, fasten your seatbelt and be ready for this ride.
Yep. You now have Rexeez coming in for Toronto, or for Binus. I'm sorry. I just woke up, so I'm still probably going to accidentally call players on the wrong teams.
Don't worry, it's fine. I'm here to catch up.
Oh,
European buff.
Yeah.
You need to tag out, let me know.
No, just give me like around 10-15 minutes before my mind can be fully awake. But you have Monopoly and the Pro 365 coming in for Toronto, so a complete team switch from Vesper and Darkrai to the Pro 365 and Monopoly. So they're going to be able to play this map for the first time. Going to be in this match for the first time, actually. So this is Fake Love, as okay, this is really interesting. You have so Toronto did play this map in which they actually lost against Washington. They scored 682,000 points. But the interesting thing is that on the top right, on the bottom right of your screen, you have the Pro 365 in for Toronto. This map was played by Monopoly and Dark Karate the first time they played this match, or this map, against Washington. So, and this is what I was talking about with Toronto going to be switching players for the maps they did play before. So this is going to be one of those strategies that, as I mentioned, that Toronto is going to definitely utilize to their advantage.
Yeah, so as we can see at the start of the map, Hakui Coyote already broke, giving a small advantage to Toronto.
Yep, and right now, as we see here, It is Toronto in the lead right now. The Pro 365 with a chain of breaks, however. So now it's just going to be Monopoly versus Rexeez. Two players on the top left and right of your screen right here. And both of them will break as well, but now it is Hakui Kuroya or Ruto with the nice combo that he did recover since he did break in the beginning. As they will check the leaderboards right here. Binus knows they have the advantage right in their hands right here. They just have to hold on if they want to be able to defeat Toronto.
And here we go for the nasty second KI.
Yep, the second KI section right here, and what would be the final KI?
Hakui Coyote breaks.
Oh, and
There's a bug for
Rexeez.
Rexeez. The Pro has a chance to take it back for his team.
Oh, the Hakui Coyote will break, but the Pro 365 will also break. Rexeez, Binus will take a team reset. However, it's now Toronto with the combo right now. Monopoly will break, but the Pro 365 is still holding a decent amount of combo, in which in this situation would be just good enough. Oh my goodness, both of them break, but that's just going to be it, however.
He secured that pick like a really small margin, wow. But that's still a point that's going home. Binus 1, University of Toronto 1.
Yeah, so that is going to be 1-1 in favor of Toronto. Toronto narrowly edges out Binus. It was a good thing they didn't have a much huge of a break. Otherwise, it probably could have been Binus that could have narrowly take this one, well, simply based on mistakes that they caused. But Rexeez, I believe, had 0 misses. It was spider breaks that he unfortunately messed up on, which is super unlucky. And despite Binus with the high combo advantage over Toronto, however, Toronto was able to play consistently over Binus University SD with the Pro 365's accuracy. Even though it was only good by only 20,000 points against Ruto, it was still good enough for Toronto to take the point.
Yeah, and I'm now wondering what's going to be the next pick. As they went for a hidden low AR pick. Would they prefer to go for something gimmick like Nomad 6? Maybe free mod low AR map? Or something like completely different? Or maybe just a hidden map? There are many possibilities again, because we're only starting this match, and they're going for DT1.
Okay, now Binus is going. I don't know. I don't know if I should like this one.
This is the gamble to end all gambles.
I mean, that's the name map, and like, interestingly enough, it's like not AR 10.3, so it's, yeah, just pure awkward aim consistency without like technical reading difficulties, at least, like not the same kind that people not used to high AR would be. I mean, anyways, at this level of competition, 10.3 is not like a big of an obstacle for many people, but it's not even the question here.
Yeah.
It seems like we're gonna see Vinno in the Pro again for Toronto, while Binus still has a slot to complete their lineup.
Alrighty, so Monopoly and the Pro 365 coming back in for Toronto. So they're going with the same lineup that they played the first time they on No Mod 4. for both teams. I mean, regardless, for Binus, you're going to see Rexeez and Hakui Koyori on most of the maps from here on out, unless if Hakui Koyori or Rexeez just basically switches out for Millie due to an emergency circumstance that Binus may face later or potentially, but assuming that they're not going to, if they don't deal with any unusual circumstances, they're gonna go with this lineup throughout the rest of the match. And here we go. And right now, the pro will find an early drop, which is not going to matter, but it's definitely going to be something interesting to see, as it's now Binus with the combo advantage right now.
Yeah, especially the 2 early breaks. This map is quite long though, almost 3 minutes. I mean, it's not that long,
Yeah.
but that's still like a pretty huge amount of combo to be able to come back. But still,
And-
2 FCs are gone. Well, Hakui also broke.
Yep, Ruto will find a break, so it's now going to be Rexeez with the Seoul FC, Toronto, and as well as Hakui Koyori finding breaks on like the Seoul jam of the song of the map. So this is going to mean, as the map will pick up the pace, it's now Rexeez with the task to be able to hold on as the map will progressively go faster.
I mean, increasing difficulty doesn't like really speed up, but yeah, Monopoly broke. So the combo that was going to rebuild a bit has stopped. Now the combo advantage is now on the side of Binus for quite a bit of time now.
And team reset coming from Toronto. However, I believe
That's huge. Halfway through the map.
I believe the Pro GCC5 had a slider break, but Rexeez will find a break for the first time. But however, Binus with already almost a 400,000 point lead against Toronto, leading up into the almost the last quarter of the map. However, this is going to be interesting for Binus to definitely extend that lead already, thanks to Hakui Koyori right now.
Monopoly, it just broke, and yeah, this map is over for now. Oh, little break from Binus University, but that will change a lot of things. We have like almost a double 600k. That's pretty impressive showing there.
Yep. And as we are seeing the map being almost about to be over, Binus definitely responding back with a double time pick, and Binus responding with a double time win against Toronto. Now, granted, this is the first time that Toronto played this map in competition, but they still have, I believe they still have double time 2 and double time 4 in their hands that they will like to utilize against Binus. No, wait,
Yeah.
no.
I mean,
They
yeah.
Wait a minute, no. They only played double time 3 and double time 4. They did not play double time 2, however. I think that's a really interesting ban, however, considering that I feel like double time 2, considering how well Toronto did, they could definitely use that one against Binus. Because I remember seeing that map. It's really tests on a lot of it's really being tested on a lot of fast streams that you have to go through, in which I believe Toronto does have the opportunity to really pull it off. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see.
So, we're now waiting for Toronto's second pick, as they really don't want to let a break point go in the hands of Binus. It would be like pretty bad already. You really need to stay afloat, as need to remind you, if Toronto loses today, already is over and Binus wins the tournament.
Yep. Venus have now being 5 maps away from becoming tier 1 champions and pretty much can call themselves the best team, the best collegiate team in OCL for this split, as Toronto going with Fremont, Black Ray, Black Camellia. Now this was a map that they did play against Washington, which just like with No Mod 4, they've lost with that map against Washington with Fremont 3. And however, they scored 672,000 points. Definitely a lot of room for improvement there. And Venus should be aware of that, as they could potentially improve. This was a pretty close match, but it was unfortunately all thanks to the player on the top right of your screen in Dark Karate, who scored 300k points, which is still good, but it's just that he was everybody else outscored him by at least 60,000 points. So that was a huge reason why Toronto lost against Washington the first time they played this map. And interestingly speaking, just like with No Mod 4, where they will have a player switch out for the second time they play this map, it's the same thing for Fremont 3, except now we have Monopoly coming in for Vesperit, as I believe it's going to be a similar lineup with Monopoly going with Hidden and Dark Cry going to go with the double mod of Hidden Hard Rock, unless if Dark Cry decides to go with the Hard Rock mod. So we're just seeing the match is about to take place right here, and okay, this is interesting. I mean, I don't know if you just saw this like before the stream was panicked, but yeah, Monopoly going with Hard Rock, Dark Karate going with Hidden, a completely different Fremont lineup. It's something I'm not expecting from this, you know?
I mean, yeah, they're really like polyvalent team, so I'm not really that surprised. It can pretty much go with anything in terms of mod combinations. But yeah, that's interesting to see. Rexeez is going for Hidden Hard Rock. I presume that Hidden is like the preference mode there. It's not really another mode. Rexeez is the only one that still has DFC there.
It's interesting, however, even though Rexeez has a current full combo right now, you got to keep in mind double mods in this tournament. I mean, it's a nice risk, but it has such a low win percentage. When at least from what I've seen, I've only seen like one map out of like say 16 times where a player will actually win with a double mod strat against their opponents. But so it's a definite risk that Binus is being aware of with Rexeez, even though they probably did not know about the statistic that I just mentioned, however. But still, regardless, it's a risk. Oh yes, there is a trade from Dark Karate and Hakuri Koyori. And
yeah,
Rexeez will find a break. Rexeez will find a break, however. But Monopoly will trade back.
So yeah, the score gap is actually pretty small, and the combos are really similar. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna go down to the accuracy, or maybe even the double mod difference. It might like show up. Monopoly slightly behind all the other scores in the room.
Yeah.
For now, at least.
And if I recall correctly, just like with this break, Toronto did find themselves behind Washington. This is going to be a really crucial finish if they want to pull it off the comeback against Binus. It's going to depend on Dark Karate and Monopoly if they can perform up to their expectations right here. Everybody's doing really good right now.
Rexeez breaking!
Oh, Rexeez will find a break. That's going to give. Oh my goodness, Koyori breaks as well. Dark Karate, everybody breaking.
Everybody breaks.
Oh my goodness. It's still Toronto.
The gap is so small. Final point. This is again Dark Karate.
Oh my gosh.
There's still like less than a quarter remaining, but that's still quite a bit of a portion as the map is really long, over 4 minutes long. So, like, score gap is increasing, but nothing's done yet.
It's not done, however, but Venus has definitely recovered. And Dark Karate and Monopoly doing whatever they can to catch up. But as it stands, it just looks like it's
deal
going
is
to be
sealed with this Dark Karate break. Wow, what a break point!
It's a huge breakpoint needed for Binus University, as you know, Hakuri Koyori and Rexeez definitely performing better than Toronto just when they really need them. And my goodness, you can see a lot of really interesting graphs right here. Monopoly having like multiple chain breaks, and Rexeez also with with 2 chain breaks as well. This is just only shows how brutal this Fremont map is. This is pretty much your anti-mod map, in which unfortunately, you know, for Toronto, they wouldn't be able to take their revenge on this pick. And even if they did improve their score, I don't know, because they're only 30k points, or I believe no, they're only 8k points behind. And while this was an improvement from Dark Karate, unfortunately for Monopoly, Monopoly scored 263,000 points, which was 40,000 points lower than the lowest score on Toronto in their first match, which ironically was Dark Karate.
Yeah, so the score is 3-1, and Binus really wants to take advantage of this momentum, and Toronto wants to stop it and get like a break point, like directly afterwards. And they're going for DT2. They're going on the speed territory against Toronto. Wow, that's gonna be interesting.
Oh, okay. I mean, this is a map that Toronto did not play before, so I feel like if there's one thing I learned, Binus is definitely so far having the hot hand right now, so they could literally try to go whatever they want, as they are feeling really good with this match right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's considering that Toronto banned Nobot 5 and DT3, this technically could be like an advantage of Binus, but we never know, maybe it was a bait.
Yep, as you can see here, Con Candy Wonderland, this is a no mod conditions of 3 minutes 47 seconds map, so I'm assuming it's going to be like a 3-minute map, as we're going to see Vesperit coming back in for Toronto, as I did see Dark Karate was in, but I think he's going to be quickly switch out. I assume it would be the Pro 365 coming in to team up with Vesperit, but I could be mistaken, and they're gonna either bring back in Dark Karate or Monopoly.
Well, don't look at the IRC chat. They are trying to pull up the jokes.
And it's going to be the Pro 365 coming back in, so my first guess was correct, as it's going to be Toronto, the Pro 365, and Vesperit taking on Hakuri Koyori and Rexeez. We have now officially got 2 of the best players on each team playing for Double Time 2. Yes, a lot of people are aware that Hakuri Koyori or Ruto and Rexeez are in the Indonesia OWC team this year, but if you recall, last year, if Vesperit was on the Canadian OWC team that finished in 4th place, just losing out to South Korea in order to get the final podium spot in the losers finals. But now, as we see here, this is Double Time 2. This is 2 minutes 31 seconds long with a BPM of 234, circle size of 4, approach rate of 10, OD of 8.7. Timing is going to be a bit lenient, or somewhat lenient for this map, as we are seeing so far, Binus University. What in the world was that?
Toronto had a really rough start, whereas at least for now I may be a bit late, but Binus still has it to combo. Never mind, Hakuri broke. But
Rexeez had 100s all around, but is still holding on to his combo. It's very impressive to see how Rexeez can manage to hold on to his combo for as long as he could so far.
I mean, us is a combo game at the end, so
yeah.
And since Vesperit and the Pro broke too, wow, almost halfway through the map, and yeah, Pro struggling a bit in the accuracy department.
You can just see the Pro 360. You can just see Rexeez on the bottom left of your screen, just being able to perform super well right here. My goodness, look at this.
Yeah. Still on track for an FC.
Oh my gosh. And Rexeez with a score 1v2 against Toronto right here.
I think they're flying away with this, especially with the last breaks. Yeah, and that's gonna be already 4-1. Not looking too great for Toronto.
Oh, Rexeez will finally find his first break after a chain of 100s eventually turning into 50s, but that was a performance by Rexeez. That was amazing to see what he's able to do, and this is only, however, going to extend that lead that Binus will have. And my goodness, wait a minute.
Nice combo too, by the way, by Hakuri Koyori to come back. Well, they pulled off again 2 times 600k scores.
They both just pulled a score 1v2.
Yeah,
How?
2. Seems like the speed might be the way to go. Maybe they can now even consider like the DT4 pick, which would mean that they would pick like all the DT maps available. Hashtag speed abuse.
Yep, speed abuse, and Vesperit wasting no time to go with No Mod 3. The article by Crow. So, again, this was a map that Toronto did win against Washington. I was just looking to find the map in the previous MP link, which they scored 1,091,000 points, and they had the lineup of Dark Karate and the Pro 365. Alrighty, so aside from that, we're just waiting for the stream to get back to the lobby and also get No Mod 3 set up. Unless there's technical difficulties. Everybody say good luck, have fun to everyone. So it looks like it's about to be set up. I wonder if Alex is still here.
Okay,
Uh,
so
okay. I'm guessing that our streamer is officially not here.
no, I think that the
Oh.
client might like not support Nomad 3 as the song that's playing in the background still is DT2. That's a common us
Oh my.
client and laser
Love
client thing.
Osu client. It's so fun and optimized.
Nope. Oh.
Nomad 3.
I'm on
Nomad 3.
3. The
So
article
yeah, we
by
took the-
Crow. It just got updated last week. Are you kidding me?
We currently have
Uh,
technical difficulties trying to sort that out as soon as possible.
Oh my gosh, this
Matching, updating the map.
Okay. Okay, just in case if you're wondering, Toronto will have their same lineup with Dark Karate and the Pro 365 in for Toronto. We are currently dealing with technical difficulties right here, as we're still live, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we love.
Okay. Because if it did end, I probably, as a host, I would probably be just panicking even more. Or I would probably be showing you guys that I am panicking right now. I do trust that, like, you guys are doing whatever you guys can to, like, make sure it can be, resolved.
I'm playing Pokemon Showdown right now.
Nice. Alrighty. So right now, we are seeing Sayar playing Pokemon Showdown. He has a Venusaur taking on Amoga, so
I gotta switch out pretty quickly, not gonna lie. But honestly, I'd say Haxorus here, and then I can Dragon Dance and set up.
Uh-oh.
But
okay. Wait, that's it. That's it for Nomad 3, however. So it's
it's actually slow. It's actually close. Damn.
Toronto winning Nomad 3 now. So it's now going to be 4-2 in favor of still in favor of Venus, however.
Yeah. You avoided a second breakpoint in a row.
Oh, this guy really toxic me.
Alrighty.
What's the score difference again?
It's 4-2.
And they won by
300,000
points. 350.
Yeah, so
350k.
They had quite a comfortable margin to try to get back on the grind and try to get this breakpoint right now, depending on what Binus is speaking. They might go for DT4, given the momentum they had with the last DT picks.
Yep. So, with this in mind, it's going to be 4-2 in favor of Venus. Venus is still up, trying to decide which map they're going to pick next. As so Venus will have now a minute to decide which map they're going to pick. Alrighty, so countdown ends in 1 minute. There, it's gonna turn into 30 seconds left if they haven't decided yet. Now it's 30 seconds now. Venus has 30 seconds left to pick a map. And it's going to be Nomad 1!
Nomad 1!
It's Airman!
No.
Man!
What alert! Woo!
No, but one alert.
What the hell happened? Oh,
Nope, it shouldn't be. Even though that we did actually had a problem with No Mod 1. Wait, it got updated again! 2 days ago!
The song is playing at least. It might work.
It might work, but I remember we did not play No Mod 1 last week when Toronto was playing against Washington. So, I mean, I'm just already getting like flashbacks coming from No Mod 1 for this week. But I'm just praying that hopefully this map just works. If it's not, I am going to cry. I'm going to cry. Okay.
Let's trust the process as we're waiting for Toronto's lineup. It seems like Binus University's lineup is gonna stay the same.
Yeah, just don't expect Binus to like switch out anytime unless they just want to. I mean, they've already made it known that once Tix was playing the first map, he was going to be perma benched the rest of the way. Alrighty, but however, we're going
Pro
with
in Vinopoly.
the Pro and Monopoly coming in for Toronto. Another interesting lineup considering it was Monopoly and Dark Karate that played No Mod 1, in which yeah, it does make sense why they want to switch out Dark Karate, because Dark Karate had the lowest score in the lobby last week, scoring 299, almost 300,000 points, which he would be outscored by the second player from their opponents in Washington, Conrad Min, who scored 443,000 points. So definitely a good switch and a good risk for Toronto to take, but this is a very crucial roster switch that they're going with.
And that's the moment for the aim pick map by 2-May Dragon. Wow. So it seems like the Pro had like a really early break, but you know it's No Mod 1, so breaking like 30 combos in is like not that scary.
Yep. And right now, we are seeing, Toronto with the slight lead. The Pro will find a break, however, the first one to break for Toronto. What's interesting is that, like, Toronto definitely has the accuracy advantage over Binus, but Binus has the combo and consistency advantage that they could really take advantage of in case if Toronto does find mistakes throughout the map.
Yeah, the combo is gonna be what matters the most, especially on an A map. Even though the accuracy advantage used to give Toronto a bit of a lead at the start of the map, but with the second break of the Pro, it's now over, and the score gap is growing and growing as the time goes by. As both Indonesian players are still holding on for their team. The gap is now over 50k, but we're still not even halfway through, so one miss and it's gonna switch back really quickly.
Yeah, keep an eye out on Monopoly though. Monopoly had the highest note combo of 877, almost like 60 notes away from beating his combo record in this map. But Monopoly, I feel confident he might be able to do it, and he did. But the Pro 365 will find another break. But Rexeez
trade, and there's the double break. Vinopoly is gonna bring it back if it holds on. And Vinopoly misses back!
Just like with Washington, Binus just breaks at the same time with Rudo and Rexeez, breaking it around the 900 no combo.
They're 2/3 of the way through, and the score difference is 40k, but it could still
wait a minute.
Especially with Rexeez break. Whoa,
Oh,
it's going to
it-
be changing. Yeah, the score gap is shrinking, and I think the league is gonna go to
Rexeez
Toronto.
with-
And
Oh my goodness!
the break on the stream. It's gonna be really close. The pro missing
Oh my
again.
goodness. The pro will find another
Whoa.
break.
That was a
Ruto-
nasty pattern there, and it's like really close. Oh my god.
It's
Slight
really
combo
just-
advantage from Toronto.
Oh my
Never
goodness,
mind.
this is getting really close.
Speed
They're
to win!
gonna
Speed
have-
to win!
Oh my gosh, that's so close. But now this Binus with the lead right here, and they do have the combo advantage. They just need to hold on if they want to be able to take their 5th point of this match. This is getting really close. Who's going to take it to win it? Oh my goodness, wait a minute! What? Yo! Wait a minute!
Spin a win! That looks like a break point.
Oh my gosh, Toronto! What was that? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, that was so close from Toronto! My
And-
goodness! And
Oh my God.
everybody freaking!
And they now get the chance back to tie it up. Wow.
My gosh. I mean,
It's actually huge.
I'll give Venus credit. They were down by 17,000 points when the last spinner happened, and they managed to make up 7,000 points. I feel like if the spinner was a bit longer, they probably could surprisingly could take this one by the spinner itself. But my goodness. And
The last
yeah.
streams were nasty, and I think even like small act drops from Binus might have like been huge in that score difference at the end. So the accuracy finally did matter, quote unquote. Oh, and Hakui Koyori practiced the wrong diff. I mean,
What the heck?
that might be because like of the update, but still. I mean, it's
Might-
Nomad 1, so it's not like a huge deal. But still, Toronto managed to pull this off, and that's gonna be huge for the Canadian team here.
yeah, that is going to be really big for the Canadian team right here, as Toronto now have the opportunity to make it 4-4 tie against Binus University. This
And they're
is
going
going to be
hard rock
pretty
three.
crucial. Oh my. You know, this is pretty interesting because they have not touched. Toronto did not touch the Hard Rock maps against Washington last time, except Hard Rock 1, but that was literally when they literally had no other maps to pick.
Hard Rock 1, reminder, was banned, and Hard Rock 3, interestingly enough, is snapped alt, and Toronto won the alt map, but at the same time it also has 1/8, so would it be like a difference maker? Certainly not, but we never know. But yeah, first Hard Rock map of the day, gonna be really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, we've only seen, who played Hard Rock again? It was Hakui Koyori and, was it a pro on the free mod? Free? I don't even remember who was the Hard Rock.
So, for the Hard Rock, it was Monopoly, but Monopoly really struggled on the Hard Rock. But if I
You're
were,
not even in the lineup there.
yeah, I mean, now it's going to be Dark Karaya into Pro 365. Now, what was interesting was that Monopoly on my notes was like this, really been utilized as like the Hard Rock player. But however, he just had really like this off performance on Fremont 3, but with this in mind, Dark Karate and the Pro 365 will be coming in for the Hard Rock team. Dark Karate, typically what I would expect to be a hidden player, is now here playing Hard Rock. But overall, it just only goes to explain how versatile Toronto team is with like the lineups. As we are going with Hard Rock 3, this was a map that wasn't picked last time, and it wasn't even banned either. So now you will be able to see this map for the first time. And right now, as it stands, it's going to be breaks coming from Rexeez, but Dark Karate will trade it back. However,
there has been breaks from all the sides beside the Pro, but the Pro actually just broke. So yeah, combo advantage is a bit on the side of Binus now.
Rexeez
Need to make their way back as they don't have the accuracies. The Pro's accuracy is really good right now. The only one with 97 in the room. Followed by Dark Karate. Actually, the accuracy difference is pretty big right now. But the lead is slowly shrinking as the combo advantage is pretty huge. But Binus needs to hold the combos, and on the side of Toronto, a Dark Karate break would be like really dramatic at this point. I mean,
yeah, and oh my goodness, I almost saw Rexeez almost miss aim on that slider just around 10-15 seconds ago, but
Dark Karate broke! That's actually pretty big. They need like a double break from Binus to be able to stay in the game, because the gap is gonna be like increasing by a lot, like really a huge lot.
Yeah,
It's
and
almost
right
100k now.
Right
Dark
now,
Karate
the Pro
breaks.
365 is holding on to his combo very well. It's just that Hakuri Koyori or Vinno and Rexeez, they're just on another level right now. So as we are 1/3 of a map left to go right here, it's just going to be really interesting to see how well this map will go. The Pro will find a break!
Yeah,
Oh.
the Pro had like the ACK advantage by quite a bit of a margin, but yeah, it went a bit down, and Dark already breaks again. But wow, 1.2 and 1.3k combos on the side of Binus. That's gonna be a huge break point. Wow, that's really impressive. After a slow start, that's like an insane comeback. Hakuri misses though, but Rexeez is gonna hit like a really high score, maybe even 1v2 at this point.
Could potentially be a score 1v2 against Toronto. My goodness, Rexeez, what is wrong with you?
I mean, even if you look at Hakui's score as well, like it's pretty much the exact same, except like just didn't have the combo.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Rexeez, that was
1v2 wing on the opponent's pick. That's really impressive. 2 misses. The Pro 2 missed too, and with a good hack, but breaks were like really at unfortunate spots. And Hakuri also had like a really impressive showing there. So yeah, us is a combo game, friendly reminder. And now Binus has the 5-3 lead and has their pick. So it could potentially be on match point after their pick. So yeah.
Potential championship point left waiting for Binus, but this is going to depend on what map they're going to choose next. Keep in mind, Toronto is still looking very strong at the moment right now, and I do believe Toronto might have something in their hands. That's something that we don't know about, Paul. So I think this is going to be really interesting to see how well the next 4 maps potentially will go before tiebreaker.
Yeah, I mean, literally anything could happen, as this match showed. Pretty much, like, I mean, not all of the maps, but some maps were really close, and the score really could have been like something else than its current standpoint. So, going to see.
Yeah. So it is going to be
PT4.
Oh, a decision now. Now would be a good decision. Yeah, the whole time for this was a map that Toronto did win. This is a Camellia map. Brace for freaking impact.
Yeah.
But however, even though Toronto did win this map, they scored 585,000 points against Washington, which they did win by or almost 80,000 points. But however, it is that score is somewhat concerning. So they're gonna really have to put up a much better effort if they want to stop this Binus team that is potentially two maps away from becoming the OCL champions.
Yeah. And given all the results on the previous DT maps, and also like the sheer fact that Binus picked it should be concerning for Toronto. But then again, last week's performance might have been a fluke, and they could like put down like a really big score to claim the break point, and they really did it. As if they don't break point here, they're really gonna be in a really uncomfortable position on the match point if they lose this.
So you have Monopoly and the Pro 365 in the same lineup that they played for Double Time 4. Bruto and Rexeez are still going to be playing in for the 9th straight map, or the 8th straight map for this match itself.
This is a moment. Yeah, here we are. This last DT map of the pool starts right now. 10.3 tech. It sounds really scary on paper, and I have absolutely no doubt that the map is gonna be absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, and so far as we see here, Toronto with the slight of a better start over Binus right now.
Yeah, the usual accuracy advantage. We're gonna see there's gonna be some early breaks or not.
And oh my goodness, everybody breaks except for Rexeez.
It's now taking the advantage. They really need to hang on Rexeez, and Toronto too really doesn't want to break right now. But Hakui is like, yeah, it's a good thing for Toronto that Hakui breaks, but they still need Rexeez to break the combo, especially since we're already halfway through the map and Final Pulley misses.
Rexeez was giving out a lot of 100s, however, so this is going to give Toronto still the opportunity to really sneak in a comeback lead, assuming if Rexeez does eventually break. And Rexeez does know about him dropping a lot of those 100s, which is why he hasn't been dropping a 100 since.
I mean, yeah, this combo is really what's making all of the difference right now, despite Hakui making like oh, and Rexeez breaks!
Oh,
Don't pro, you really don't want to see that for Toronto.
Oh my
Their
god.
combo advantage is still on the side of Binus, especially with this double reset.
A team reset coming from Toronto, and now nobody is having combo right now. The only highest combo is Rexeez, which, you know, they can still definitely extend that lead by a large margin right here.
Rexeez, who went from the lowest to the highest arc of the lobby in a few minutes, seconds of the map. Lots of breaks, but I think this is over and it's gonna go to match point.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be pretty interesting to see here. It was Rexeez having the lowest accuracy, eventually with the high and Hakuri Koyori or Ruto with the break on that slider. That is not going to make the difference. However, Binus University, they are now 1 point away from becoming the champions of the Osu Collegiate League Fall 2022 Tier 1 tournament. And especially now, they are a championship point away from clutching it all off. You have the people from Indonesia that are watching this match very carefully, supporting their fellow Indonesians. But now, however, it is Toronto's turn to make their next pick, however. Rexeez, I will just like to say this, that he's just been on fire.
Yeah, really an impressive performance. Toronto getting a better score than last week wasn't enough, as Rexeez really did a beast score there. More than 500k. That's actually huge, and now Toronto needs to win absolutely every map to stay in the tournament. Literally every single map. So yeah, the comeback's possible, but they really need to hang on every single thing they can. I don't know what they will pick. They picked alt tech, alt with HR, and Fremont tech. From what I remember, HD3 is a tech map. Or maybe they want to go like for number 6. I don't even know, especially.
They're going with Fremont 2.
Fremont 2, yeah. Cloud Smasher, yeah. So AR9, high BPM, Fremont map. That's the anti-mod CS5 as well.
Yep. This is, Fremont 2. Toronto did play this map. This was a what's the song? Cloud Smasher. Cloud Smasher is the name in which Toronto scored 1 million points, but however, they lost because of Conrad Min's near FC against Toronto, in which if they didn't if Conrad did actually FC the map, they probably could have won against Washington. So this is going to be pretty interesting to see if the Pro 365 and Vesperit can take revenge. My goodness, they're letting Tix play this map again.
Right, just submitting an assignment.
Oh my.
I mean, I don't think Tix will play that. I think he's just like staying in the lobby just in case Reuter doesn't submit in time.
No.
I mean, we never know. Imagine Tix plays this and like pulls out like an absolutely stellar performance to get the title to Binus. That would be like such an amazing story for them.
You know what was interesting? This is not the first time Binus literally had this situation. During like a double time dream map, Binus had Rexeez randomly switch out because Rexeez has to take an emergency restroom break, which he was in there for the whole map, so they had to put in Millie instead of Rexeez instead of
Tix is playing his third map of the tournament on this potentially final map. That's absolutely insane.
No, if this is how it's going to be in the end, I mean, no disrespect for Tix or to anyone, but it's like
not at all. And it's going
all.
HD only, whereas Rexeez is HD HR, the Pro HR, and Vesperit HD. Wow.
This is 2 minutes 30 seconds with a BPM of 363.9, circle size of 5, approach rate of 9, OD of 9. I mean, honestly, if there's one thing I've learned from this, Tix is a late game player. Confirmed. He is not an early game player at all. He's a late game player.
Breaks.
Oh, Rexeez will find the first break. Well, we're seeing the pro finding a lot of 400s, however. But now they're starting to really get comfortable for Toronto as they are now able to take this one.
Quarter of the way through. And Toronto still has the double FC. Never mind. Tix broke. The pro broke as well.
Everybody breaks. Now
Chain miss from Tix, but the pro misses again. Tix as well. But Rexeez is still holding on with this comeback combo. Yeah. And Vesprit is still building as well, but combo advantage is on the side of Binus, so it should switch shortly as we're approaching the half point mark.
Yeah, it is enough time for Binus to really catch up, but really all that matters is the pressure is definitely on Tix, which he can definitely is feeling it right now. He's hitting the nuts a bit too early. This is going to be interesting to see here.
Oh, Rexeez breaks!
Oh, now this is going to skyrocket.
Breaks.
Oh, wait, nope. Vesprit
is still holding on to this combo. That is actually going to be really important. It's already 85k. Difference is already 85k, 90k now.
And it's just only going to skyrocket from here.
Yeah,
Toronto.
I think it's over. Honestly. Tix doesn't have any way to come back.
Unless
they
just randomly breaks for some reason. Oh, 100, but Tix will find a break. But my goodness, I'll give a lot of credit to Tix. As an emergency player, he really showed up. I'll give him a lot of credit for being able to perform very, very, very well.
Yeah. Actually, given the context, that's still a good show up, but Vesprit has a really good score. Besides the chain miss, that's a 1k combo at 98 AC with hidden, so yeah. The comeback is potentially starting for Toronto, and Binus has to hold on to their point, or they might be in a really sticky situation going into a potential tiebreaker. So
yeah.
hopefully for them, the assignment is sent.
Yeah. This is going to be a really, really extreme circumstance that Binus is going to have to go through right now. You have on one side, now with Hakui Koyori, aka Ruto, being out, now Binus is in a really tough pickle to really choose here, because they need to pick a map that they feel 100% confident in being able to pick. And I feel like at this time, Millie is probably practicing a map right now based on what Rexeez is going to choose for Binus right now. Because now you have a really interesting scenario of what map Binus has to choose against Toronto. And Rexeez is going with
for
No Mod
double
6.
6. Wow.
But it's going to be No Mod 6. But the question is going to be, can Ruto come back on time to be able to play for Binus?
I'm actually surprised. I thought it would go for like something like 3 mod 1. But though they're going for number 6, certainly for a reason. As Rexeez is still on, but they're waiting for their other player to be there. Dark Karate going on the side of Toronto. Karate though still needs to switch slots.
Yep.
And Hakui Koyori is there.
Ruto is going to come back in after a quick roster switch for Binus for Fremont 2. They're going back with their typical lineup. So, but however, Dark Karate trying to make it back into slot number 4, I believe. And
This stick's coming back.
oh my gosh, Tex is a late game player. Tex is a late game player. He's a late game player confirmed. Oh my gosh.
I mean, considering Tex was there for HD2 and this is like a Dramuk map, I'm not even surprised. Maybe
Don't tell me
Tex
Ruto
put like a huge amount of practice on that.
Don't tell me Ruto needs to like use a restroom break right now.
I don't know, but the map is about to start, so Tex is back at it again.
I mean, this is like your tech no mod map, if I recall correctly, because it was Toronto that scored about 352,000 points over Washington. Could have won that map if it wasn't for Conrad Min doing very well.
It's a gimmick
And,
map according to the sheet.
Oh, yep. So it's
It's
a
a
gimmicky
Dramuk map. It's always going to be messed up.
Yeah, I mean it's Dramuk, yeah.
And here we go, right here. It is so far. Toronto with the lead. Hakuri Koriori will find a break. Struggling to hit
Another
these
one.
notes right now.
And Tex
Tickle-
breaks, Vesprit does too, but the pro is here with the only combo of the room and almost an SS. Wow.
Yep. Toronto in a crucial position right now where they're gonna have to try to pull out all the stops to force tiebreaker and the team
That's a
reset
double
coming-
reset though.
Oh my
And
goodness.
Tex
the
breaks.
with another break. Hakuri Koriori with another break. It just raises the question of why would Binus
They
choose
picked
this map?
this.
Yeah, they
surprised.
literally picked this map, and yet they are the team that is really struggling right now. But
Maybe
however,
Akui Koroi wasn't supposed to do this and the restroom break thing is actually true. Imagine if this is reality.
I mean, if it is true, I mean, no shame in Venus for trying to like rest up their players, but I would think this is going to really backfire on them, especially since Toronto will have the last pick and momentum definitely in their favor. And yeah, nobody's hitting those notes. However, Toronto is looking to still try to hold on to force another map against Venus.
Yeah, the act from Akui Koyori is really holding back. Like, crazily. This might... Oh wait, never mind. There's a double break, so... It's not close anymore. Toronto is gonna go away with that, and it's gonna be competing for potential tiebreaker. Only one pick remaining for the Canadians. Oh,
Yeah.
that would be a really nice comeback.
It would definitely be a really nice feel-good story that Toronto's building up right now. Toronto definitely improving their score by, they definitely improved their score by around 10,000 points narrowly, as now it is on Toronto's side, and man, that is not a great. That was a pick that definitely backfired on Venus now. And now, with this in mind, I wonder if they literally just threw the last two maps to be able to give Toronto an opportunity to come back, especially at this late in the game.
I don't know, but tiebreaker would be so hype, especially when I see what it is. But I mean, it's tiebreaker is not decided yet. There's still a pick, and there have been quite a bit of breakpoints in this match, so it will depend on whatever they'll pick and what lineup Binus will choose.
If I were to be, wait a minute.
What do
I
they
also-
pick? HD3?
No. Wait. if I were Toronto, I'd go with Fremont 1. This was a map that they did win against Washington, so they could go with that. Other than that, they are literally putting themselves at risk if they're going with either Hidden 1, Hidden 3, or Hard Rock 2. Unless there's something that we may not know about with them going with the other Dream maps instead of Fremont 1.
I don't know. Personally, given how the match has been going, I feel like Fremont 1 should have been the pick for Binus, like right now, as on mechanical picks, and especially like faster picks, they had really been dominating, so it's like not that fast of a map, but I think it could have been on the side of Binus, so I don't see why Toronto should take it.
And
yeah, there's
a timeout. Timeout being called from Toronto. So Toronto will get their 2-minute timeout. It's 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes. Just give them the it's a 2-minute timeout each team is eligible to have. So Toronto will use their sole timeout to really decide what map they're going to choose, while also rest up for themselves to be able to really just get themselves reset and just being aware of the situation. So it is still Binus with the sole timeout left in this match.
Yeah. So still thinking about what they're gonna pick. I mean, choice is pretty difficult, so we never know. HT1 is literally the best map of the pool, though. I don't know. But we're still waiting on this pick. It could really be anything. Literally be anything.
Yep.
So yeah, you're betting on Fremont 1?
I'm going to assume Fremont 1. If they want to try something else, I do see them picking Hidden 3 or Hard Rock 2. I mean, they did win on they lost on Hard Rock. So I don't see them going with Hard Rock 2 if necessary. But however, Hidden 2, they did lost on Hidden 2 as well. So literally, Toronto is in a tough pickle. And they're going with Hidden 1. They're going with the map that they banned the first time they played this match against Binus. I don't know. I actually don't know if this is going to work out. I think this is going to backfire. I hope I can be wrong, however. I just don't understand, like, oh man. I could literally come up with a lot of reasons or analysis of why would Toronto would risk it by going with a hidden map. The same map that they themselves did ban last time, but now it's just like they're going to play Hidden 1. They're going with the same lineup for Hidden 2 with Tix and Hakuri Koyori. Yeah, Tix has been the Hidden Grand Final specialist.
Yeah, he literally has played, except for Fremont 3, I think he's played all the possible maps he could have played with Hidden, so...
I think this might be a good strategy for Binus because this is still going to give Rexeez a lot of time and for him to warm up again. But, you know, if they want to avoid a tiebreaker, this is the lineup that they're going to have to go with no matter what. Tix, also known as HORAS, and Hakuri Koyori. Tix coming in for his 4th map of this match, as we're going to see Dark Karate and Vesper coming in for Toronto. This is a 3-minute 31-second map with a BPM of 184, circle size of 4, approach rate of 9.2, and OD of 9. I think there's something behind this pick that we may not know about. That's something that everybody else may not know about. But it will depend on how well this map will go in the next 3 minutes and 31 seconds. My goodness, it already an early breaks from Vesper and Dark Karate.
Yeah, it's already a double break.
Oh my
But again,
god.
it's like 3 minutes long, 3 minutes and a half, so it's only the start. I wouldn't be like too concerned, especially since Hakui broke. So that's only on Tex.
Oh, Tix will find a break. However, this is going to be pretty interesting to see here. With Toronto in the lead right here, and just in case,
Yeah.
I will make the ping early ahead of time, but I will still be watching the match.
I mean,
But-
yeah. Preparing the ping for the potential tiebreaker, as Vesperit still has the highest combo in the room, and Dark Karate actually has the second. But they double break! The
Oh
double
my
break from
gosh.
Toronto!
Oh, wait a minute!
That's followed by a double break by Binus, and Tex misses everywhere!
Oh,
Dark
man.
Karate broke just before the end of this section.
They have a lead thanks to Vesperit's score, which is higher than Hakui Kuriori by a bit of a margin. But now pressure is definitely on, literally on both teams.
On both
Right here.
teams, they both need to rebuild, because yeah, they're both on contact. It's like only a 30k point lead, so everything can happen.
Oh,
Six
take
broke!
with that fast sliders right there.
Yeah,
That's-
that combo lead is not that
Oh,
big, but
wait a minute,
everybody break.
breaks. Oh my goodness, and the lead is decreasing right now. Venus is not going out without a fight to prevent a tiebreaker from happening. Dark Ryan takes will break.
And Vesperit
Vesperit
breaks.
will break. Oh my goodness, now pressure
Hakui
is
needs to
on Rue.
Hakui needs to rebuild if Binus wants to avoid this tiebreaker.
Oh my gosh,
The lead is
Ruto.
still 30k points, so 30k
Pressure
points
is
is not
on.
that big, but it's still quite an amount to get. They need to build a decent combo as
Ruto-
Dark already breaks.
Ruto has the pressure now. He's holding on, but for how long can he hold
That's
on
the
until...
breaks!
Oh, wait a minute! Wait a minute! Venus is about to bleed now! Oh my goodness, this is
Might be
getting
the
really
decider,
close.
but
That might
there's
be the
still a
decider
hard
right
part
here.
left, I think.
Wait, Tix and Hakuri Kuriori are definitely having the highest combo right now as a team. They are now less than a minute to go. But before the inevitable happens for both of these teams, everybody
There's a
breaking
double
the
break.
net! What?
It's broke, but I think it's sealed.
It's
As
sealed.
both
Everybody.
teams
It is
don't
over.
have any
It's
combo.
over. It is so
It's
over.
It's over. It was a much effort. It was a hard-fought battle between both of these teams. Tiggs, Hakui Kuriori, Rexeez, and Millie, and Vesper, Dark Karate, Monopoly, and the Pro 365 all tried their efforts and their best. But however, your winners for the first time ever in their OCL tenure from the country in the Southeast Asia of Indonesia, it's going to be the team of Millie, Ruto, also known as Hakui Kuriori, Rexeez, and HORAS, aka Tix, Binus University's A team!